Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Deva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Jai Guru. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So where are we in our text?
Top of page 69.
Ati varnashrami sakshad gurunam gururuchyate tatsamo nadhikaschasmin lalokes Dayeva na sanshaya. The Ati Varnashraman, it is said, is verily the preceptor of all preceptors. There is no doubt that in this world there is none who is equal or superior to him.
So this is the person who's outside of the varna, the caste, the ashrama, the station of life system, meaning the woman or the man of steady wisdom. And one thing Vijayaranya does say, this is open to anyone. No matter your culture, no matter your caste, no matter your creed, if one puts in the Purushartha, and of course by God's grace. But there are no rules for the person of steady wisdom. Yet this is not a license to bad behavior. I am fond of the commentary in Pandit Rajmani's version of the Yoga Sutra, where he takes the yamas and niyamas, which are our moral precepts in the Raja Yoga tradition. And he basically says they all boil down to ahimsa. Don't hurt other beings and don't hurt yourself. And I think the lack of that becomes the activator, all of our kleshas, all of our defilements. And of course, for the person of steady wisdom, where fear has been removed, then injury, the compulsion to harm is gone. Next verse.
यः शरीरेन्द्रियादिभ्यो विभिन्नं सर्वसाक्षिणं पारमार्थिकविज्ञानं मुखात्मानं स्वयं प्रभं परं तत्त्वविजानाति सोऽति वर्णाश्रमे भवेत्. He who knows the witness of all, which is different from the body and senses, self-effulgent, bliss absolute, and the supreme intelligence and the supreme truth, becomes the Ativarnashrami.
Yes. So here he says it's equal to the person, the Sthita Prajna Purusha, the person of steady wisdom. What is the mark of the person of steady wisdom, the Jivan Mukta? They know they're not the body. Now, oftentimes we will suggest someone take up the practice of Sakshi Bhava, taking on the attitude of the witness. Well, the truth is, you only begin to notice that you always are the witness. I know the body as an object of cognition, like I know the prana, like I know the feelings, like I know the thoughts, like I even know that Chid Abhasa, that reflection of consciousness. I see them undergo change. I see them rise and fall. They are unatman, not self. Person caught up in ignorance, the mula sangraha, the root attachment, the bija vasana, the seed vasana, deha vasana. I think I'm the body. Very powerful. Very powerful. And the self has no injunctions. Your self doesn't have to do anything. Your self doesn't do anything. All actions are the dharmas of the body. So the yogi wants to see the whole body, mind, intellect, much like the ordinary person sees their shadow. It's the dharma of your shadow to be long in the morning, to be short at noontime, and to get long again in the afternoon. It is the dharma of your shadow to disappear if it's overcast. But you don't say shadow growth. There's no sense of agency between you and your shadow. So also, your prarabdha karma has set up the game plan for this body. We frequently hear the word, the divine Leela, the play. You are a character at the individual level in the divine play. Where we get into trouble is if I have a bit part and I want to be the star. And rather than being a legend in my own time, I become a legend in my own mind. Get into trouble. I suffer. The yogi wants to see their own body, mind, intellect is fundamentally no different than an apple on a tree, a dog running through the park, a leaf, or a supernova. Just watch. Next verse.
Yo Vedanta Mahavakya Shavarne Neva Keshava Atmana Atmana Mishwaram Veda Sote Varnashami Bhavet. He who by hearing the great words of Vedanta, O Keshava, knows the self who is God, becomes the Ativarnashami.
So here the reference is, the translator is calling it the great words of the Vedanta. The term that was used was Mahavakya. There are 4 that we call the Mahavakyas. I think there are perhaps others that are of equal stature, but we traditionally say 4. Each one taken from an Upanishad, from each one of the 4 Vedas. And in it is everything we need to know. The first, Prajnanam Brahma. Brahman is consciousness. Brahman is not a being with arms and legs. It's not a sky daddy. It's not a cross between a traffic cop and Santa Claus. God's not your errand boy. A lot of us think that. What is ultimate reality? What is God? Consciousness. Where is it located? The scriptures say it is both transcendental, is the substratum of the whole creation. But not even the Voyager spacecraft can get to that. But it is immanent. It pervades this material world. So what part of a human being is birthless, changeless, deathless, eternal? Not the body, not the prana, not the feelings, not the thoughts. I am Atma, Brahma, second Mahavakya. This self is Brahman. And then the Shisha, the Jinyasu may be confused. Oh yes, Guruji is Brahman, I'm a worm. third Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. You are that. And this is called the Upadesha Mahavakya. Upadesha means to instruct or to teach. So all the various practices of yoga are implied in that Mahavakya. Find out who you are. The mind has been made sattvic. All the vasanas have been annihilated. An auspicious moment, the mind thunders to a stop. And the disciple realizes not that, oh, I know Brahman. No, I am Brahman. It's myself. Aham Brahmasmi. So the person who has internalized the deep import of the Mahavakyas and through their own self-effort has come to experience it. This is a Jivan Mukti. Next verse.
Yo varnashramani mukta mana mavasthatra yasakshinam Mahadevam vijanati so te varnashrami bhave. He who knows the great Lord, who is free from the caste and stages of life, and is the witness of the three states, becomes the Ativarnashraman.
So, again, if a person is identified, even as a sannyasi, oh, I am a Danti Swami. I am becoming like the saint. Still identified with some idea of self. The person of steady wisdom knows I am not the body. Therefore, any description of caste or station of life is irrelevant. Just like the ordinary person is not identified with a long or short shadow. Now, other people may have all sorts of ideas about the equipment of the Jivan Mukta. Oh, so and so is a rascal. So and so is a great Mahatma. Oh, so and so confuses people. So and so is so learned. But that's other people's projections. The Jivan Mukti knows Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. Asangoham. I am complete. Chidananda Rupaham. My form is bliss conscious. Don't try to be an enlightened person. Realize that you are that space of consciousness. You're not a person. Next verse.
Varnashramaadayo dehe mayaya parikalpitaah natmano bodharupasya mama te santi sarvada iti yo vedanteh teh so ati varnashrami bhavet. Varn and ashram, etc., are imaginary things imposed on the body through maya, delusion, and they have nothing to do with me, nor are ever in me, who is the self, which is absolute intelligence. This he who knows from the Vedanta becomes the Ativarnashraman.
Yes. So each of us must look at our own possible identifications. The more obvious ones, are you wife or husband? Are you male or female? If you're an Indian, especially if you're a Brahmin, you identify with that. Or if you're on the spiritual path, I'm just a little bit better than everybody else because I'm a vegan. Not even vegetarian, I'm vegan. Next year, I'm going to be a radish threadian. That's all I'm going to eat is radish threads. Notions of purity. Or people getting identified with the cloth. Oh, I'm just a brahmachari wearing white. The Indian brahmacharis get to wear yellow. Finally, I was sannyasi, now I was funny. And then we get the compulsion, perhaps, to get the acknowledgement of a mind state from other people. And we try to be a goody-goody. Is my halo shiny? Do you think I'm spiritual yet? Let's talk about chakras so you can know that I'm spiritual. All sorts of subtle identifications. There's one that I struggle with. If I'm holy, maybe then people will love me. it was still nothing more than local asana. I just had it all dressed up. Be nothing. No thing. Next verse.
Aditya sannidhau lokashcheshtate swayameva tu tatha mat sannidhanena samastam cheshtate jagat iti yo veda vedanteha so ativarnashami bhavet. He who knows from the Upanishad that the universe is active due to my presence, even as men are active themselves in the presence of the sun, becomes the Ativarnashaman.
So there are two mind states that are conducive to realization. One is I do nothing. I am the untouched, uninvolved witness. The Lord does everything. I just watch. The other is I do everything. I am the animating principle of everything. The mind state conducive to bondage is I do these particular acts. I am the body. I do not do those particular things. So here Vidyaranya says, understand, you are the ground of being of the whole creation. And struggle is not necessary. No one struggles to make their hair grow. Next verse.
Suvarne harakeyura kataka swastikadayaha kalpita mayaya tadvaja ganmayayeva sarvada iti yo veda vedanteha so ativarnashami bhavet. He who knows from the Vedanta that the varieties of ornaments such as hara, keyura, kataka, and sastika are composed of gold, and they are nothing but pure gold, even as the universe is ever projected in me through Maya, delusion, becomes the Ativarnashama.
Yes, the classic example given in the scriptures. There are two. Gold ornaments, be it a nose ring, an earring, a necklace, a toe ring, a bracelet, all have as their material cause gold and gold alone. Likewise, all the names and forms are conditioned, as it were, consciousness. Yes, we see people, places, things, and conditions. Truth, they are just Brahman. Brahman never deviates from its nature. Satchidananda. That's what's really here. No need to worry. Have you decided that your God is an underachiever? Well, he may be omnipotent and omniscient, omnipresent. But obviously he's an underachiever because he's not doing it my way. Time to get out the baseball bat. Play whack-a-mole with God's universe. Sarvamaya, Sarvamana. It's all Maya, but it's all bliss. Next verse.
Shuktikayam tatha taram kalpitam mayaya tatha mahadadi jagan mayamayam mayayeva kalpitam iti yo veda vedanteha so ativarnashami bhavet. He who knows from the Vedanta that the whole universe, beginning with Mahat, the great principle, is projected in me through Maya, delusion, even as the pearl is seen in nacre mistakenly, becomes the Ativarnashami.
Yes. So Maya. Maya is the word we use to describe how the impossible seems possible. How is it that consciousness, which is sthita, still, immovable, one without a second, seems to have a whole universe arise in it? It's impossible. Seen but not real. How is it that a tiny little hand mirror, if you're up on the top of Twin Peaks, facing west, and you hold it up, you see the entire downtown of San Francisco in your mirror? How did a city get inside a mirror? Has the mirror undergone a change? If I hold it up to my face, there's a nose in the mirror. I hold it up here, there's a city in the mirror. Does the mirror undergo change? No. Likewise, in me, the whole universe rises and falls. Seen, not feel. How has this world come about? Sankalpena, by means of imagination. Next verse.
Chandala dehe pashvade sharire brahma vigrahe anyeshu taratanyena sthiteshu purushottama yoma vat sarvada vyaptaha sarvasambandha varjitaha ekarupo mahadevah sthitah soham paramritah iti yo veda vedanteha so ativarnashami bhavet. O Purushottama, he becomes the Adivarnashaman who knows from the Vedanta that the great Lord who is one, devoid of any relation, like the all-pervading space, ever pervades all beings, small or big, the body of a Chandala, or bird, or beast, or Brahmana, and all other beings high or low, as I am indeed he, the supreme immortal one.
So the yogi practices the samadrishta, this equality of vision. But the Jivan Mukta naturally perceives it all. It's just the play of consciousness. Be it an outcast, a Chandala, or a Brahmana, a person of high breeding, or a bird, or a worm, all of it, Brahmana, Brahmana. Next verse.
Vinashti digbhrahmasyapi yatha purvam vibhati dik tatha vijnana vidhvastam jagan me bhati tannahi. Iti yo veda vedanteha so ativarnashami bhavet. He who knows from the Vedanta that the quarters look alike to one, even after the correlation of the mistake by the help of stars, etc., just as the world appears to me, even after its negation by the supreme knowledge, indeed, it is not there, becomes the Varnashaman.
So in the language of poetry, what Vidyaranya is saying here, when my eyes are open and I see north, south, east, and west, how does that differ from when I'm in samadhi, deep meditation, and the quarters disappear? And he says here, for the person of steady wisdom, the quarters, meaning the phenomenal world, is just as empty. Pretty to look at, but not real. Then there's no inside, no outside. No craving to leave this world. No craving to dance with the world. All the same. Which is more real, the nightmare or the pleasant dream? Both are real. Either affects me, the waker. Which is more real? And everything's going my way. My husband or wife's behaving finely. The job is the way I want it. 401k is going on. Or when my spouse is being a jerk. Work is terrible. They're being mean to me. Oh my God, the market crashed. Sarvamaya, Sarvamaya, Sarvamananda. Nothing will touch you. Don't believe me. Keep introverting the attentive faculty. Keep noticing the knower. See if it is not always Chidaka, untouched space of pure awareness. Any thoughts on this? Next verse.
तथा यथा स्वप्न प्रपंचोऽयं मयि माया विजृम्भितः तथा जाग्रत् प्रपंचोऽपि मयि माया विजृम्भितः इति यो वेद वेदान्तैः सो अतिवर्णाश्रमी भवेत्. He becomes the Ativarnashramin who from the Vedanta knows that the world of my waking state is a fabrication of Maya, delusion, even as the world of my dream is the creation of delusion.
Yes. So here he's reminding us of the teaching that's in Gaudapada's second chapter of his gloss on the Mandukya Upanishad. In the first chapter, he says, the mind goes through three states, waking, dream, and deep sleep. And the Turiya, the fourth, is the consciousness that illumines it. In the second chapter, he says, well, actually, we don't have three mind states. We only have two, deep sleep and dream. There's the nighttime dream. There's the daytime dream. And he goes through all the reasons why I think waking state is real and I know the dream is unreal. He proves them inadequate, false, vaidagya. And in the fourth Karika, the second chapter, he basically says, the phenomenal world of the waking state is quite unreal, and the proof of its unreality is that you can see it. Only aham, I is real. Anything cognizable, gross, subtle, whatever state, mithya, illusion, vaidagya, false. Adhyasa, a superimposition by the mind. Next verse.
Yasya varnashrama charo गलितः स्वात्मदर्शनात् सर्वानतीत्य स्वात्मनि स्थितः. Through the realization of his self, he has cast aside all the convention of castes and stages of life, and transcending all such things, he is settled in his self.
Yeah. So summing up this idea, no position of the body in the world is real. Settled in his self and herself. So you want to be a full knower of the Supreme, not just having glimpses every once in a while. You want to be sthita prajna, steady, continuous awareness. And you want to retire into the Supreme. Drink deep of your own self-nature. Drown the mind. Next verse.
Yes, यस्त्यक्त्वा सश्रमान् वर्णात्मन्येव स्थितः पुमान् सोति वर्णाश्रमे प्रोक्तः सर्ववेदार्थवेत्तिभिः. The man who, giving up his varn and ashrama, is abiding in the self, is called the Ativarnashaman by the knowers of the meaning of the Vedas.
So here is just another name for the Jivan Mukta, the Muni, the Sthita Prajna Purusha. And again, other people call them that. They don't run around saying, look at me, I'm Ativarshuma. Chidananda Rupam Asangoham. The mark of the Jivan Mukta is they know they're Brahman. They have no relationship with this world. Seen, next one.
Na deho nendriyam prano na mano buddhyahankriti na chittam neva maya cha na cha vyomadikam jagat na karta neva bhokta cha na cha bhojayita tatha kevalam chitsadanando brahmevatma yatharthatha. The self is neither the body, nor the senses, nor life, nor the mind, nor the intelligence, nor the ego, nor the thinking, nor the Maya, nor the creation beginning with the space, nor the doer, nor the enjoyer, does not also cause these. In reality, the self is Brahman, which is knowledge, existence, and bliss absolute.
Yes. Oh, now he's waxing poetic like Shankara. This is a beautiful verse. Beautiful one to meditate on. All that we need to practice as well as know is here. And as we go through each one of these ideas, stop, thin the mind, tune up the mind. Notice who you are. See if it's not true about you. So we'll go through each idea. The first one.
The self is neither the body.
Yeah, so he's basically gonna quickly go through the negation of the Panchakosha, the five sheaths. I'm not the body. I'm not the prana. I'm not the mind. I'm not the intellect. I'm not the agent, the doer. Going through these now.
He says, not the senses, not life, not the mind, not the intelligence, not the ego, not the thinking, not,
Go ahead.
not the Maya.
Yes. I am not even Maya, the power of the Lord. Even that is an illusion. Going on.
Or the creation, beginning with the space.
The entire creation does not really have corporeal existence. All exists in the consciousness. Is that all the pieces of it?
Not the doer nor the enjoyer.
We did that, yes.
Does not cause these.
I do not cause anything. Isn't the universe caused by Brahman? No. Does the mirror cause your face to appear? It's its nature to reflect. It is consciousness's nature for the Jagat to appear. But there's no doer there making it happen. Some of the scriptures attribute doership to the infinite. But that's so ignorant minds can more clearly understand. That's all. Next verse.
Chalasya chalanadeva chanchalatam yatha raveha tatha hankara sansagardeva sansara atmanaha. As the sun appears to move with the movement of water in which it is reflected, even so, the self identified with the ego appears to have samsara mutations.
So imagine you're in a boat, and you look over the side, and the boat is cruising along, and you see the reflection of the sun in the river. Oh, look, the sun's keeping up with us. it seems to move right along with the boat. Optical illusion. So this world seems to move, chalati, to move, but it is really achalam. It never moves. Actually, he used a reduplicated root here, chanchala, really moving. But what's the name of the mountain that Ramana Maharshi lived on? Arunachala. Aruna, which means dawn light. Achala, the dawn light, never moves. The Aruna is a wonderful metaphor for the dawn of self-knowledge. Wonder of wonders. Universe appears chanchala, just like the sun chugs along with the boat. Nothing moves. Nothing goes anywhere. Right where the trouble seems to be, there God is. There Satchidananda, the form of pure existence, consciousness, and bliss is. Next verse.
Tasmadanya gata varna ashrama api keshava atmanyaropita eva bhrantya te natmane natmavedina. So the varnas and ashramas, O Keshava, are, although in the ego, they are superimposed on the self through error alone. The knower of the self has no concern with them.
So, the knower of the self has no concern not only for their own caste and station of life, but nobody else's either. I think of the person who so keen on non-violence towards animal rights, save the turkeys. But they pass by a homeless person. Very, very paradoxical. I want to be kind to cows. but I hate this political party. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Sarvamidam, all this world. Verily. Brahman. Next one.
Na vidhirna nishedhascha na varjya varjaka kalpana atma vigyani namasti tatha nanya janardana. O Janardana, for them who have realized the self, there is neither injunction nor prohibition, nor the idea of something to be avoided or not to be avoided. In fact, nothing else exists for them.
Yes. So the person of steady wisdom moves through the world with what the Buddhists, the Tibetan Buddhists, call crazy wisdom. Because they have silenced the screaming voices of raga and dvesha, attachment and aversion in their ears, they can come to a sense of perfect right action. They are out of control. Something else is controlling the equipment, not the ego. Therefore, their behavior is perfect, appropriate every moment. That may not be perceived as nice by everybody. But one of the qualities for the man or woman of knowledge, there's never regret. All is unfolding just as it's supposed. One more, then we'll quit.
Swatma Vijnaninam Nishtha Mitrishima Mupju Jekshana Mayaya Mohita Martya Neva Jananti Sarvada. O lotus-eyed one, the ordinary mortals under the spell of Maya, delusion, would never know of such superhuman state of the self-realized ones.
Yes. So just like in the second chapter of Gita, Krishna says, what is day to the yogi is night to all others. What is day to all others is night for the yogi. Ordinary people are caught up in the belief of the world is real. My body is who I am. I'm restless, irritable, and discontent. More, better, different. Change other people, change the world, change myself. But for the yogi, that's night. She's asleep. She's awake to the world of asara. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.